Hello everyone, welcome to your monthly tarot reading for August 2023. So these are messages from Spirit for the month of August. Take these energies, my friends, where they apply, where they fit in your life, and view these readings as a heads up, a guidance into the energies that you might be facing this month, and maybe how to handle those challenges or how to be more aware of the opportunities that might be coming your way. Let's get started. Hello Gemini. So let's have a look at this energy for the month of August for you, my friends. So your overall energy, we have replenish and unexpected. Additional messages with the Oracle, we have transform your relationships, move on and move up. And we have learn from past mistakes, grow into greater wholeness. And we have the 4-week breakdown, which is the moon, or how the energies are likely to play out, my friends. We have the moon, the 8 of cups, the high priestess, and the page of pentacles. Interesting, very interesting energy. So it's very interesting actually, because you're my third, like I started with Aries, I've just done Taurus, and now I'm doing you, and those 3 times I've been called to the Oracle. Normally I like to start with the overall energy, but this is where we're starting, my friends. So we have transform your relationships, move on and move up. Look at this red, very much your root chakra. And I feel that the message is move on and move up, or move on or move up. So I'm seeing that and as an and or an or. Now our relationships, this can be a romantic relationship, it can be a business one, it can be family, friends, neighbors, community. But I also feel that this is the relationship that you have with yourself, and also the relationship that you have with things, the relationship you have with your dreams and goals, the relationship you have with where you want to live, what you want to do, that kind of thing. So relationship is really the connection between you and something else, the rapport between you and something else, and it doesn't have to be with another person. So some of you are going to find that you're moving on from things. This transforming your relationship with somebody or something is gonna bring change and moving on from it, so leaving it behind. And I'm really seeing that with the 8 of cups here. Some of you, in transforming your relationships towards others or something, you're going to, it's almost like this move on, I'm seeing it, you're going to move past something. So maybe you're going to move past a past hurt, and the relationship moves up. And what Spirit means by that is the relationship deepens, becomes more committed. This could be towards something as well. You know, you might find that a connection with a dream, your relationship towards that dream deepens. because maybe you're moving on from the expectations of how it needs to look and be. So there's a lot of messages in this card, Gemini, a lot. And please don't look at this word relationships and just see like with a loved one, like with a partner or something like that. No, it goes so much beyond that. It goes your relationship towards yourself, others, and basically anything. This can be your relationship with your higher self, with the universe, God, whatever you deem to be the all that is. But there's a transformation on that relationship towards whatever it is that levels you up. It moves you beyond something that was. And because it says and move up, I feel there's this leveling up. So I feel that it gets better. It brings you something better. There's a sense here of increase, moving higher. Gosh, I'm loving this card in your reading. Now, I was going to say that's not going to be easy, but Spirit said, wait, you'll explain that when you get to the tarot. So I'm going to leave it there. But Spirit has called my attention to the red. So as I said earlier, very much it probably looks a bit orange on camera, but it's actually really red. Like almost like a real blood red. Really beautiful, beautiful red. And that's definitely your root chakra, but it can also be, like I'm seeing it like intensity of emotions, intensity of the passion to make something happen, the passion to move past something, to transform the relationship. There's emotion in it, there's passion in it, there's drive in it, there's fire in it. So that's Spirit telling me that this transformation is not half-hearted. Whatever transforms, so transform your relationship in regards to whatever. I feel whatever is transformed is forever transformed. There's almost like this finality to it. So let me give you an example. If your relationship with your boss was let's say damaged because you went for a promotion and the part was given to somebody else, and you felt, oh, maybe to somebody outside the company, and you felt a little bit betrayed, like you should have had first choice. I feel that transformation in the relationship will either be you leaving that company and finding that promotion that you were going for, that leveling up, the promotion that you were going for that you didn't get, you're actually finding somewhere else. Or the leveling up is understanding that your boss did it in your best interest. The position, you will find out through trying to transform the relationship and moving past the hurt. You'll actually realize, do you know what? I would have hated that. And what if your boss, because you're moving up, your boss might have been waiting for that other door to open that they knew was going to open, but they couldn't speak to you about it until it was open. It's that kind of thing, my friends, and that's just one example. Now, what a supporting card for what we've just spoken about. You've got learn from past mistakes, grow into greater wholeness. So to greater fullness, completion. but you're learning from your past mistakes. And this is like lots of different types of greens. And I feel that this is your heart chakra. This is where the transformation is going to happen. You're going to, in a very grounded, very root chakra kind of space. And I feel like you're going to understand how do I say this, Spirit? Okay. So this transform your relationships by learning from your past mistakes. You will understand why that caused all those problems, that resentment, or whatever it is, because this can apply to so many different things. Like I said, it's not just about people. And I feel it's this, it's kind of like these energies are kind of linked in the sense that looking at your past mistakes will help you transform your relationships towards people or situations or whatever it is. But it's also in transforming the willingness to transform your relationship towards somebody or something is what enables you to learn from your past mistakes. So these energies are really giving and taking from each other. They're actually fueling growth in each other. And the card says grow into greater wholeness. And I think that's what this move up is doing. I feel it's this leveling up. Whatever you're growing into, moving, this is move on and move up, and this is grow into. I think that what the transformation towards your relationship with whatever this is, I think it's because you're looking too small. I think you were looking very limited. Maybe just at the mistake that was made, or just at the hurt that you felt, like an emotion or something like that, because you've got the moon that's emotional. And I feel that there's this sense that maybe you got caught up in the emotion of it and didn't actually see the wisdom behind it. A bit like the example I gave with the job. You couldn't see that there was something else opening up. You couldn't see that your boss could see that you were not going to be happy there. So it's almost like this, when you realize past mistakes, how you thought the other had made a mistake, but you are actually the one that made the mistake in the interpretation of what was said or done, of what happened, whatever that relationship towards whatever this is. And I really feel that you feel this wholeness. I really feel you feel this leveling up. Now the overall energy is replenish and unexpected. And I think this replenish, it's almost like she's asleep and there's all these dreams. She's got lots and lots of different dreams. And I feel this replenish is giving yourself time to possibly understand why you reacted the way that you did, why you felt so hurt by whatever this was, why you felt let down. And this, remember, this can be about yourself, just you and you, or just you and a goal and a dream that it didn't quite happen the way you wanted it to. And so you're transforming your relationship with that dream, with that goal, with that aspect of yourself, with that person, with that job, with that place. See how it can mean anything. And replenish, I feel it's almost like in this space of whatever hurt you, it's almost like it was so limiting. It was just like a broken record. There's just one emotion that kept coming back to you. There's one word that was said. There's one thing that didn't work out. I just feel this really limited thing. And so you've been on replay of that limited thing, and now it's time to replenish. It's like you've just been eating peas, and then suddenly you realize, you know what about if I had a good, spaghetti bolognese or something, and it replenishes you, kind of makes you go, oh, there's more to this. There's more to life than there's more to meals than just peas. Do you know what I mean? So there is, with this replenish card, I kind of get the feeling that Spirit is saying you have been limiting yourself in how you see this, how you've interpreted this. There's so much more. It's a smorgasbord. And you're going back for the same thing over and over again. You're just giving that fuel instead of looking at everything else, all the other possibilities. And when we limit ourselves that way, it's like that broken record. That's what makes us more tender, if you like, more prone to just bursts of anger, or maybe to be a little bit mean, or to really hold on to that resentment, because it's just like it gets tedious and tiresome. So it grates on our nerve, even though we don't realize it, because we are doing this to ourselves. But there's this sense of reliving the sentence, reliving the experience, reliving whatever it is over and over. But I feel it's just a small portion of it. And it's the bit that stung. You're fueling yourself with that. And it's just fueling all these wrong emotions. The minute you broaden that and look at the whole thing that happened, suddenly you're replenishing yourself with whatever's at the buffet. I hope you can see that analogy. I think thank you, Spirit. It's a really, really good one. I think I'm going to leave that there. I think that makes sense. Because look what happens when you go up to the buffet and you sample a little bit of everything. The unexpected comes in, because what happens is you broaden your horizon, you broaden your perspective. And that's when forgiveness can come in. That's when, oh, I didn't understand. That's when understanding, wisdom, compassion. But that's when the unexpected comes in, the aha moment. And I feel for the majority of you, this is an aha moment. This is like, oh, I never expected that. I never got that from what happened. And then suddenly it's going to dawn on you, but I've been so angry for nothing. And look at the unexpected. It brings you out of just this very, like a limited palette. Remember I was saying it's kind of like this very small portion of whatever happened that you're actually looking at, the bit that stung. It's a very limited palette of colors. But in actual fact, look at all, there's a lot of color in here. If you really stop and look, there's the rainbow. The unexpected, I think the outcome is really unexpected. And I feel that's that moving up. Like this almost looks like subterranean, like in like a cave that's been transformed into a dwelling, but it looks very subterranean, and then look at this come out and it's like, ah. Oh, and you know, I hope you're laughing with me, Gemini, because I reckon that's what you're going to be doing. I just get this gobsmacked kind of energy. You're just going to be like, oh my gosh, I've been so angry. I held on to so much resentment. I've been so disappointed, and for nothing. I just didn't see. I just didn't see. And I think the tarot kind of deepened that message. I think it kind of, and it reiterates the message. The moon card is, now you've got two major arcana here, and both denote a sense of the unseen. It was not shown to you. And the moon is very much like that. The moon is very much this crayfish or crab, whatever you want to call it, has that calling to come out of the water and start a journey. Very, very much out of his comfort zone. And what makes it more difficult is he doesn't have all the information. There's just this call, this magnetic pull from your soul's calling. And in this energy, we are more fearful. We are limited. We are more blinkered. It's very much going back to this replenish card where you're really limiting your choice in something. You're really limiting your viewpoint in something, when if you looked at it, there's a whole smorgasbord of possibilities. So Spirit is saying, Gemini, because this is major arcana, so this is the part that Spirit plays in the co-creating of our lives. And Spirit here is saying the moon. So there is a sense here that it's generally a lesson. It's generally, well, look, growing to greater wisdom, learn from your mistakes. So there's something in that this journey needed to happen the way it did in order for you to see, in order for you to grow, to evolve, to open up. So the fact that you didn't see this, the fact that you got the wrong end of the stick, if you like, was part of the plan. It was part of the journey, so that you could really see how easy it is to limit our understanding on something that happened to the point where we only see it like this. And when something happens and makes us see it in all its entirety, the unexpected comes out of that, and we feel replenished. We feel like, oh my gosh, I just never saw that. I never had that perspective. I never had that. I didn't know. And I feel for some of you, like if this is towards a personal, I feel that some of you are going to be like, I'm really sorry. I really thought you were stifling my creativity. I really thought you didn't love me anymore. I really thought you were leaving. I really thought you hated me. And if it was towards something, I think you're just going to think like, oh, I just thought I had to let it go because it was always out of my reach. I thought it wasn't for me, or whatever it is. But I feel like you're going to be going, I'm so sorry. You're going to see how limited you saw something. So Gemini, you're going to see how you limit yourself. Wow. And when we see how we limit ourselves, we can still fall down that rabbit hole a little bit, but generally we see it and we're like, no, 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 I'm not trusting. No, 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 I'm making my decisions from fear. And so you tend not to do that anymore. And I think that's what this Eight of Cups is. This is walking away from how you used to do something. This is walking away from something you know was who you were, was fulfilling in the past, but is no longer. I think by the second week or following this energy, as you get a little bit more clarity, I feel like you're going to see how in this situation you were probably your worst enemy. In this situation, the other person wasn't leaving or mean or whatever. I think you'll see how you actually played that part in your reaction to what something was. I think some of you will be leaving things. And I think some of you are so glad you didn't have that knee-jerk reaction and leave. So I think this card holds both those messages for you, just depending on moving on. Does that mean deepening whatever was? Or does that mean getting up and moving on from something? And I feel that for you, Gemini, it will be different for all of you, just depending on the circumstances. And you move forward then to the High Priestess. And I feel the High Priestess is in your reading, Gemini, because this is the perfect card to show that from now on, with this greater understanding, I feel that now there's an aspect of yourself that knows it doesn't always know everything. You don't know the ins and outs of what somebody's going through, or the synchronicities of how Spirit is lining things up for you so that you have this serendipitous moment of just like pure and sheer what we would call luck, but it's not luck. The High Priestess here is you tapping into just that trusting. That knowing that if something doesn't come to you, or if something moves past you, it wasn't meant for you. And when we understand that, gee, life becomes a lot less painful. Life tends to flow a lot easier. And again, a major arcana. So this is the action that Spirit's taking. So this is what Spirit was guiding you towards. This greater understanding. Look, it says grow into greater wholeness. This whole perspective, this broader perspective, this opening up of yourself to what life is all about. How we interact with the all that is. And how we can expand or limit just depending on our perspective of things. And when you come to this understanding, you end the month with the Page of Pentacles. Now this is a new beginning. And this could be the leveling up. So this is showing me that whatever in your life that this transformation is about, it's been transformed to something new. So some of you have something completely new. Others of you, the relationship to whatever it is has transformed so much that it feels completely new. And this is, the pentacles are grounded in reality. The page is young. It shows this newness, this fresh start. Kind of almost like, oh, you know, you could still be with the same partner. You could still be in the same job, but it feels new. And the pentacles are very much the tangible things of our world. So this is newness that you can see and feel, and other people can see and feel. So I feel this is real inner work, but I also feel it's very much projecting out into the world, your life, your relationships with people, places, things, your relationship with yourself. Wow, Gemini. Interesting month. If you're drawn to share, I'd love to know what this unexpected thing is, but I think you're going to be quite blown away. And there's joy here, there's anticipation and excitement, and like, oh wow. I'm going to leave you with those messages, my friends. Love, light and blessings, Gemini. See you next time. Take care. Bye bye.